space is the new theater.
If you just take the "I will host everything," you're really facilitating some dark.
Oh, I appear to have people here now. Alright, I guess I can start. I appear to start having a few viewers. As I begin this, if anyone has anything to say, please feel free to jump in the chat and mention a thing. My goal here is I'm going to be starting a brand new career in which I will be taking, let's see, how do I put this? I'll be taking the mod called UnmannedBeforeManned, and I'll be taking that mod starting from a beginning career, and what it does is it rearranges the tech tree so that you get all the unmanned tech early and all the manned tech late. And then I will also be playing it using the mod kOS, which I'm actually one of the developers for, so it's sort of a personal reason I want to try using it for actually as a user would use it. And, pardon me a moment. There, sorry about that. So, it's a mod that does a lot of programming work where you can actually make a little script to run your vessels, like from your own little command programs. So the idea is that I'm going to be trying to play it like you would actually write a real probe software and trying to role play it out from the beginning. So we'll see how it goes. I've never actually played this mod before. I've played with a lot of careers before, but never played this particular mod. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. So, starting brand new. Actually, before I do that, let me delete my previous attempt at trying this. I tried doing this yesterday just as a technical test to make sure the mod worked. Just going to delete those unused games so they don't eat up all my space here. Alright, time to start in. I'll use my standard flag I always use for my own games, and I will take a hard mode game where the only thing I will change from hard mode is, because I'm running with a bunch of mods I don't have a lot of experience with, and I'm not entirely sure whether there'll be a problem, I'm going to allow myself to revert flights, but only if I expect that a mod has caused a crash, or the stock game has caused a crash, or I've encountered some really unfair bug behavior that broke something. If I think I did something that's entirely my own fault, then I'm not going to be allowing myself to revert. So this is basically the only reason I'm leaving this on, is because I know there could be buggy problems, and buggy problems aren't my fault. So if it's my fault, I don't revert. That's going to be my personal rule. Other than that one change, everything else about this is going to be a normal career mode game. Whoops. Should probably give it a name, eh? Am I going to allow manual maneuver nodes? Possibly. I haven't decided that yet. I might not allow it to myself. But on the other hand, if I set them way ahead of time, and then have my own kOS script actually do the execution of them, then in a sense, I'm not doing anything all that different from actually planning it ahead of time. I'm definitely not going to use Remote Tech's own computer to execute them, but I may put them out there manually in some of my earlier flights. Later on I might get around to making it more pure. Purely kOS alone. My goal here is not to make perfect kOS scripts. I am actually playing the game for real, meaning I'm actually playing it to have fun playing it. I'm not just playing this to show off kOS. I actually think this would be a fun way to play for myself, and I decided as long as I'm playing it, I may as well broadcast it too. So I'm not necessarily going to be purely using only kOS, but I'll be using it a lot. So let's take a look at what this new tech tree looks like with this mod installed. Okay, let's see, what do we get first? We begin the game with some different parts than you normally start with. We have the flea booster, that's the normal. We have the slightly better booster as well, that's not quite normal. We do not have the Mark I manned capsule. And we do have this small nose cone. We have these two parts from Kerbal Engineer. And we have, well, this looks like two parts, but it's actually just one part from kOS, the smallest scriptable control system piece you can have. This looks like two parts. There's reasons for that. It's actually just one, but one of them is a legacy version that only exists in case you're running an old save. When we get to the VAB, only one of these will be present. We have the small little antenna, and we have a couple of science instruments. So we actually start off with a bit more than you usually get. So let's see where our first tech tree will take us to. We can go up here for some rocket engines and some decouplers and so on. They seem to give you most of those a bit earlier than usual, it looks like. Like this large tank comes a little sooner than normal, it looks. Let's see, going down here, this path looks like it's more electrical stuff. You get wheels right away. So it looks like they're trying to let you make probes earlier, which is sort of the point of this change. And then that is just structural connecting bits. Okay, so now that's what the tech tree looks like. I guess you start the career like you always start every career, and that is you begin with looking at some contracts. What are our contracts? Altitude record, that's a pretty normal one. But notice we have altitude record 18 kilometers, manned altitude record 18 kilometers, and they're actually separate goals. So it considers this one a little harder to do because it's going to come later after I get more parts, so it makes it a separate individual goal. So altitude record of 18, obviously I'll pick that one. And they also start you off with 3 contracts instead of 2 with your unupgraded building. Let's see, climate study of Kerbin or perform experiments around KSC. The climate study says, due to a number of Kerbals that believe the crazy notion rocketry has an adverse effect in Kerbin's climate, blah 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 blah. Well, whoever wrote this clearly has a bit of an agenda they want to do, but anyway, they want you to go to all these different locations. Let's see, Kerbin flying high, take a pressure scan. Kerbin ice cap flying low, take a pressure scan. Kerbin grassland flying low, take a temperature. Kerbin tundra flying low, take a temperature. Kerbin's water flying low, take a temperature. Okay. So this is one of these piecemeal contracts. You can get little rewards along the way. Perform experiments around KSC is very similar, but just lets you go around the Kerbal Space Program, or Kerbal Space Center biomes. Okay. This one looks easy, but I don't think I want to do it until I have rover wheels, because doing these by flying by hand is going to be kind of a pain. At least that's what I think. So, do I want to take this one right away? Maybe. I think let's start with this first one and see what happens after that, just getting up to 18 kilometers. So we need a core. We need some batteries. I think we aren't allowed to recharge in this case. Actually, let me just set that over there for now. I will want this control piece with which to run my little script. Come on, get on there. Okay. I will want to have some kind of an engine, of course. I have some fins. I may want that, because I'm not going to have an easy time controlling this. Because I think I have absolutely no controls. I think that has a very weak torque wheel. I don't have any RCS yet. Yeah, so actually, before I even bother with the kOS part, my first one is going to be a dumb sounding rocket that I have no real control over. So what I'm going to do here is ever so slightly put those fins at an angle to cause a spin. So I'm going to spin this thing as it goes upward. May as well get some science on the way. I'm going to throttle this down too, because I'm expecting this little thing is going to be really light. Okay, let's just do that. Yeah, I've decided that I'm not going to try doing kOS on the very first mission, just because I don't really have enough control over the craft to actually do anything with it right now. Like, I don't have enough actual torque power to actually control it anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and let this one be like a sounding rocket for the first go. I'll wait until I'm launched. No, I also don't seem to have parachutes, so I don't expect this to last very long. Oh, let me turn SAS off and just let the spin happen. maybe I will try to deflect slightly south. There we go. Because I don't want to land it right back on the pad. I don't want it to break. I don't want it to damage my facilities. Okay, it looks like it'll probably miss most of them when it dies out. I'm glad I set the throttle down, because this would be going red hot and blowing itself up at full throttle, I think. Come on. Run out of fuel soon. You're getting hot. I don't want you to get hot. Please run out of fuel soon. There we go. Out of fuel. Good. Yeah, spin stabilization, Remir's V, works very well, provided that you remember to turn the SAS off, because it'll counter it. Now, of course, I don't have the mod installed that keeps the right-click menus staying in place. I'm so glad they're going to fix that in 1.1, because this is really annoying. I want to click a thing. I can't get to it. Come on, let me click the thing when it comes... There we go. Now let me try, if possible, to click the temperature one. Nope. 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 This is gonna be hard. Trying to click the thermometer. Forget it. I'll be up in the sky eventually later on to take that reading. Now, do I want to transmit this back now? I think I do, because when I crash I might lose it, because this has no parachutes. And one important difference between... Yeah, I suppose I could accelerate. I wasn't accelerating before because I was trying to click the... Oh, I see what you're saying. Use the time accelerate cheat to click the temperature. Yeah, I suppose that works. One difference between this mod and a standard installation of the game is, if you'll notice, they made it so that this returns 100% when you transmit. And the reason they did that, they only did it for the things that are pure data only, like the temperature reading or the pressure reading. And they did that because otherwise probes are always sort of... They don't get you much to send a probe somewhere. And here they decided that to make them worth more, they wanted the transmission to be worth the full amount. And the ones where you actually have to have physical material, those still have the penalty for trying to transmit. So things like the GU experiment and the material science base still have the penalty. But little instruments like this that are pure data, they don't. It's amazing how far you can get on your first sounding rocket flight when you don't have a big heavy command pod on top of it. Just this one little booster is enough to get you really high up when all you have is that little thing. I'm expecting this re-entry won't go well, but I already got my necessary contract completion and a few world firsts from going all the way up like that. I like how the spin stabilization is causing it to do this on the re-entry. I'm playing jarts with my continent. Well, if people really lived in that city, they'd be quite unhappy about this. Of course, that's just a visualization mod to make it look pretty. It's not a real city there. I like how the fins went flying. Look at that fin. Still flying. There we go. Alright. Don't revert. just go back to the Space Center. That was a successful crash. It's exactly what we wanted it to do. I do not know if this mod pack has a probe for soil sampler. It might. Like a lot of mod packs, it has way, way too many things in the recommended list, and you look at that and go, well, I'm not going to install all of that. I installed about half of the mods suggested. There may be one in there that's doing some soil samples. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so I picked up a few bits of science. Let's research these two and that one. Alright, and the other thing is about starting it in hard mode is that funding is really hard to come by at the beginning. So I have to be careful what I try to take on. Ah, there we go. Lots new of contracts there. Let's take a look at what they are. Sorry about that. Let's see. Flight below, that's a standard one. Flight above, that's also a standard one. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take the KSC one again. Let's take that again. Now that I can actually do it with wheels. Let's just do that one alone for now. Okay, so if I want to take it from different sites all around the base, I will want a primitive little rover to do that. Really? They give you the command seat already? Well, that seems kind of against the whole principle of how this is supposed to work. I'm still strapped for cash at this point, so since I'm so early in the game, so I'm still going to attempt to perform this without buying any new research parts yet. I do know that to drive around a rover you are going to need quite a bit of battery power, so I'm going to design this so that the body of the rover is made of batteries. One part I do definitely need is the wheel. Make sure that that's on right. It is. That didn't quite attach. That's still ghosted. There we go. That's better. Let's see. We have thermometer, pressure, seismometer already? Really? Okay. Not so sure I like that, actually. That's getting a lot of stuff really early. Okay, I think that is good. That'll be our little... we'll call it the B. Alright, I think I'll try doing a little bit of primitive kOS scripting on this one. When I say primitive, you'll see what I mean in a second. Very, very primitive. Because all I'm going to do for now is just to type at the prompt. Let's make this a little larger so you can see it better on the stream. Okay. Oh, you know what? I should probably pay attention to the contract again. What do I actually need to do? Anywhere on the KSC, that's kind of the grassy area around it, let's see, the tracking station, the runway, where I already am, the administration building. Okay. Well, actually, I am already at the runway. What kind of signs did they want at the runway? Atmosphere. Actually, I want to do all of them. Why am I even reading it? Ooh, I burned through a lot of electric charge already. Yeah, and there's the first piece of my necessary contract. Alright, so one of the places it wanted to go was the administration building. Let's go for that. Let's see, 9 degrees is straight west. A little bit south of that will be about, let's go for 105 degrees. And then wheel throttle, let's give it just a little bit for now. Oh, and of course, there we go. I forgot these wheels are kind of wimpy, so let's give it a little more. Then we'll back it off in a bit. I know the wheels aren't too good at going faster than about 10 to 15. They start to break, so I'm going to back it off here as I get approach 10. Now, of course, a proper script, you can put a PID controller on that, but for right now, I'm just sort of walking through really basic baby steps. Oh, you know what? I said lock steering. I should have said wheel steering. There we go. That's more like it. I want to see how I'm doing on my charge. There we go. Good. So the administration building should be coming up there. Looks good. Hope I don't crash when I hit the hill here. Good. I think I can initialize one of the PID controllers from the console. I'm not so sure it would be that useful because it's annoying to try to write a whole loop in the console. I don't know how close I have to get for it to count. I think that probably is good enough. I'm suspecting I'm not going to have the battery charge to finish all of my points. What? Mission control is not the administration building. Oh, the administration building is... Whoops. The administration building is that thing where you pick the strategies. I went to the wrong building. Oh well, I'm out of power here, so I can't do much more with this particular launch. I'll just recover it. I should be able to recover most of the money, since it's so close to home. Alright, let's go, I'm gonna actually work on making a better driving script. let's say that we have a want speed. I'll start that off at 10. I'll start the heading at 90 for now. Then I will make a PID controller. Let's see, I'm trying to remember exactly what order these go in. Give me just a second. PID min max. Okay, that's the order. Yeah, I'm an old VIM user. Let's see. That other guy who does a lot of tutorials on kOS, Kevin Giese, Cheers Kevin, as his channel is called, does everything in VI as well, I've noticed. Let's think about these parameters. Full throttle if more than 2 meters a second away from what we want. That sounds about right. Let's make the integral term very tiny because it probably won't matter too much. In fact, let's make it very tiny. And the derivative term probably doesn't matter too much. We'll make it kind of tiny. There, that sounds good enough. And this goes from 0 to 1. Actually, no. Wheel throttle can go negative. There we go. Yeah, I really like VIM a lot. Okay, so that should probably have pretty good gains for what I want. And I'll just make an infinite loop for now. You know what, actually, I can just lock wheel throttle to the PID controller directly. That'll save a little bit of thinking. I think I can just do that direct. Oh, it wants the input. Oh no, that's the set point. Okay, that's fine. So, where do I tell it the set point? Oh, it's the error that I'm telling it. Okay. So, if my current speed is too slow, I want a bigger number. Therefore, it's want speed minus ground speed. That should be good. So actually, I just keep doing that, and it does all the work for me, I think. Huh. Yeah. Alright. Let's set up some thingies. On action group 1... Oh, I don't know if I have action groups yet. That's a good question. Not sure I do. I'll check that in a second. Let's see if I have action groups yet. Yeah, sorry about the deleted thing there, Major Max. I've installed a thing called Nightbot. It's a chat bot that watches for people doing things like spamming, and unfortunately it doesn't know the difference between spam and like a legitimate one-off kind of thing. Let's see if I can figure out how I'm supposed to tell it to let you have permission. There's a way I'm supposed to do that. I've not used it before today. I think there's a thing that temporarily allows... you know what? Forget it. I'll just turn it off for now. I don't think it'll be a problem. Where the heck was that? Dang it, where was it? There it is. Really? The chat is in slow mode? I don't know how to fix this annoying problem. Because take a look, you should probably see it on the screen right now. When I pull up my settings, it says it isn't. When I click it to say that it is, then it claims I've turned it off. This room is no longer in slow mode, it says now. Like, there at the bottom. So, I have no idea why it's doing that. I toggled it, but the toggle is backward. It says it's on when it's off and it's off when it's on. I don't know why. Give me a second. There we go. I have disabled the links feature. You should be able to start posting them now. So anyway, what was I doing? Oh yes, I was trying to see if I have action groups. Okay, so it does change it to allow action groups from the very beginning. Okay, I thought it might do that. Therefore, I can do what I wanted to do here, which was this. So I'm going to use action groups 1 through 4 to set how I'm going to drive it. And then I guess 5 will turn it off. Let's make a really primitive thing here that does this. and this should be called want heading, not heading. Reason being, heading already means something. There. That should work. Hey, I noticed Major Max is not in the chat anymore. Did you get killed? Hey, Max, if you're still in the chat, say something. Because I'm not so sure. I think the bot may have kicked you out. Okay. I supposedly have turned off the link protector. I think. I can't make promises. I don't use enough to know. Anyway, let me get back to what I was doing. So what was that? Reemer V. Don't forget to change the var names in AG1 and AG2. Oh, yes, good point. Thank you. I should have just done this with a global replace. There's too many. This word appears too many times in here. And actually, that's getting long enough now that I'm going to want to do this. Okay. How do I have an echo now? I don't see how that would happen. Because I've got my stream muted on my own end. No idea how that would happen. Okay, let's go try this out. I still have some more places to go, and I hope that script works. Yeah, I'm trying to keep the typing of the scripts in front of everyone's eyes down to a minimum if I can, because I know that is the opposite of entertainment, but it is sort of why I'm doing this. See, I don't know how I'm supposed to check whether or not I am echoing when I can't turn on my own sound without that causing it to echo. It's a short delay echo of a fraction of a second. Huh. I do not understand how that could be. I have no idea where that's coming from. just to double check, I've only got one audio source turned on. I've only got it coming from here. No idea. Sorry, I don't know why it's happening. Ah. That seems awfully slow. Lock wheel throttle to updating the PID with the time in seconds, the desired speed minus my current speed. I don't see why that doesn't work. Minus one. Gotta have the brakes on. Why does it think it needs to go minus one? Let me think about this a little harder. Did I do this wrong? Did I get this backward? Min, max, okay. I did put them in the right order. Let's see. I did put them in the right order. Input variable to compare to the set point. I don't think I gave it a set point. Oh, I didn't give it a set point. Its default set point should be 0. That's why I'm giving it want speed minus ground speed. That should be totally legit. No, it isn't. That means I'm already above the speed I want because it's going to see a positive number. I wanted to see a negative number telling you that I'm below the speed I want. There we go. That's what I was doing wrong. I took the brakes off. Okay, there we go. What? Well, that's fun. Why is it going back and forth? And why doesn't it match what it's actually saying on the screen? Why doesn't it match what it actually said on the screen? Lock wheel throttle to the PID throttle. In here, I keep changing the PID throttle. By this. So, why didn't the behavior match what it was actually printing? Okay, I'm going to take off the clear screen for a second and really verify that this is doing what it says. And there, it's slowing down, despite the fact that it is claiming the wheel throttle is still 1. Why is it claiming that? Why doesn't that match? There is... What? Ignoring all of my logic up here, ignoring all of this stuff, why is what it says here not matching what it's doing here? That is bizarre. Why would that be? I have no idea. I would totally believe it if I saw that this number was changing all the time, but it just isn't. Wait a minute. Round PID throttle by 2. That doesn't make sense why that's... No, that's fine. That should be fine. Hypothetically, if I started with this, and I just forced this to be this, just double check that that is doing what I would expect, which is to just set it up a little bit to a high speed and just have it go. Oh! Is it backward? Is it out of... What on earth is it doing? Why is it going back and forth when the throttle setting is constant? Why on earth is it doing that? The throttle is constant. I specifically went in here, set it to always stay the same, ignoring the PID controller entirely, and it is printing that it's the same. So why isn't it the same? Alright, I'll just leave the program entirely off and see what happens when I drive manually. This is the W key. This is the S key. This is the W key again. Yeah, I don't see any reason for this to be behaving like it is. If I go over here manually and I say lock, wheel, throttle to 0.4, then it doesn't zigzag, it just keeps going forward. Okay. So it works manually. It totally works manually. So why not in here? I don't understand. Put the set PID throttle above the weight 01. Make sure you're seeing the current version. Sure, that could be doable. I'm also turning off all of this logic up here. I mean, there really should be nothing happening here. And just to prove doing this to prove that I am running the newer version, just to be sure that that's working right. Okay, so I can manually, I'm pressing the W, A, S, and D keys here. I can manually do this. Turn it off and on again? Sure, why not? Oh, really? Huh. Oh, yeah, of course. Well, yeah, I'm one of the developers, and I don't even understand what the heck is happening here. Because the TID loop is completely commented out. It's irrelevant to what I'm doing now. Throttle has 2 T's. I was locking a completely irrelevant variable. Maybe the reason it was going back and forth is simply because it was rolling back and forth in a ditch. Well, what do you know? Okay, that's all that was wrong. Now I feel like an idiot. Okay. Let's put this back the way it was. Now, where was I after all that? Now, it should be trying to maintain a speed of 10. As it gets up to it, it should slow that throttle down if I've done this correctly. Although it looks like it might not even ever actually get up to it. These wheels are pretty weak. Okay, let's see if I've got this. Action group 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Should be turning it. Well, I'm not using another PID for steering because of the fact that wheel steering is sort of already a PID to begin with, in this case. Oh, gee, okay. Oh, I think I know what it is. If it's what I think it is. The first time hit Action Group 1, it reads it. Every time thereafter, it doesn't anymore. Major Max, you'd be normally right, but the wheel steering is a heading that you give it, and it already aims toward it. Wheel steering's not just left-right. You give it a compass heading, and it actually PID tracks it. I don't really like that part of it, but that was the way the mod worked before I touched it. And you're right. I forgot to do this. There we go. Now I press Action Group 2 and it makes the compass heading get bigger. That is what I wanted all along. I have used up quite a lot of my battery by now, but that's okay. Oh, hey, actually. That's disturbing. One of my contracts said it wants me to do a temperature scan right here. Wait, aren't I on generic Kerbal Space Center? No, on that spaceplane hangar. Whoops. Alright. Reimered Z, I agree with you. I don't like the preserves either. It's another one of those cases where there's parts of the language that they worked a certain way before I got my hands on it. And preserve was one of them, where I really would have liked that to have been the default, and then you specifically say when you want it to go away, rather than having it go away be the default. But to keep it backward compatible and support having them continue, I had to make it the other way around. Okay, contract. If return to the surface. What are you talking about? Anyway, administration building wants an atmospheric pressure, so let's do that. Well, the thing about that Madromax is that I do actually wish that Wens were preserved as well. I agree that Wen and An should be the same, but that sameness I would prefer to be preserved by default. It just makes more logical sense that way. As opposed to having them be one-shots by default. I mean, you can do it either way around. It's just, it's not the way around that feels intuitive to me. Okay, now we need to be at the tracking station. How am I doing on my battery? I've used up quite a bit. And we'll turn again here. And contract wanted me to do what at the tracking center? Temperature, okay. Good. Another piece of the contract done. What is left? Somewhere at KSC. Anywhere at KSC. Alright. So I'm just looking for anywhere out in the grassy field here. That should qualify as somewhere at KSC. Oh gee, Cliff. Ah! I guess I'm paranoid from doing that too much on the moon, where that would be a big deal. Okay, let's slow it down. And whoops, whoops, whoops. Ah, interesting. Wonder why it thought I wanted a negative speed to get a 0. Interesting. Not sure why it was doing that. And that was the last one. So I've completed that contract. And at this point, I may as well just grab these before I recover the vehicle. Alright, so that should have gotten me somewhere up the tech tree and a little bit of money. Yeah, got me a bit of money. Okay, and some science. Let's see, what do we have here? Stability and fins and stuff. And a manned cockpit. But a plain cockpit only. Plain cockpits can be handy, though. Let's see what we got up here. We got better rockets, including a swiveling one. That's nice. Oh, they give you the tiny rockets early. That's nice. Alright, and what do we got down here? Huh, parachutes! And, interesting, antennas right away. That makes sense to get fuel cells earlier, because they are kind of an older tech that... Yeah, that's cool. Alright, and finally a parachute. Alright, let's see. I haven't decided what of those I'm going to buy yet, because I want to see what the contracts look like. Let's see, we have surveys of Kerbin that I would have to fly to. It's not impossible. Oops, I forgot I still had this mod in here. I was working myself on trying to make a contract mod to do kOS things. This isn't really fully working yet. I thought I had taken it out of the installation. I apparently hadn't, because it's still showing up. Let's see. The flight above, those are pretty easy, usually. Alright, we'll take that. Flight above. Oh, crew report. That means it has to be manned. Didn't notice that. I do have that flying capsule I could try to use. Crew report. Crew report. I'm trying to be more unmanned here. Scan experiments on Kerbin. So we have high lands, flying high, and low space. That might be doable. I'd have to make sure I can aim well enough to actually hit the highlands, though. More experiments around KSC. Nah, I've done that enough. Climb to the top of the control tower? That's an interesting contract. Let's see. Testy, testy, testy. I thought I already escaped the atmosphere. Alright. I have to be in the tundra, but I have to be splashed down. Wait, isn't the tundra the ice? How do I be splashed down on the ice? That seems like an unfair contract. How do I simultaneously be in the tundra and splashed down? Splashed down is ocean. Do I have to go find a river in the tundra somewhere and then go into the river and float in it? That seems like an impossible set of conditions. Let's see. I could escape the atmosphere. I've done it once already. That one would be easy to do again. I'll take that one. Stack separator at launch site should be easy enough to do. And if I have parachutes now, I could do a stack separator splashed down. Alright, let's make a little mission profile that does that. You have to melt the ice first. Yeah, good point. Alright. So for this, I need to escape the atmosphere. Now I will be using a simple program, so I will want this on now. don't know quite how much battery I actually need. I might be overdoing it by putting that much on. Now, where is... I thought I... Oh, that's right, I never actually bought that stuff yet. I actually have to go buy those pieces of technology. I forgot to do that. I put that aside because I wanted to see what the contracts were like first. Alright, so I definitely will want a parachute. And, oh, well, that's the only thing I get. Okay. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. There we go. Parachute. Because I want this to actually live through the landing. Okay. I think what I have planned for this is tiny enough that a mere 5,000 should be good enough to do it. Don't need to increase that at all. I may as well give it a little of everything here. In fact, if it will allow me, I may as well actually give it more than a little. Because... Oh, wait a minute, I'm splashed. I don't think you can use a seismometer when you're splashed. You take that off. But I probably can take two different pressure reports and two different temperature reports along the way. All right. So that will be what will be. This is the bit that's going to return. But I don't have any real shielding, so I'll have to pseudo shield by using an expendable part on the bottom, like maybe one of these. There we go. I'll just ablate that off. Now let's see. One of these I have to test on the ground and move them in orbit. Let me check my contract. 18D is landed. So which of these is 18D? So this one is landed. And 2RC is splashed. So this one is splashed. I therefore don't want to do this till I come back down. So let's put it that way. I want to be on the parachute first. Yep. Okay. So then this will be at the bottom of the rocket. That'll be my thing. I'm standing on top of when I launch. My launch itself. Let's see which of these. Let's use this one first. Staging list is really wrong. All right. That, and I can take off. And I'll do that when I get up there. Yeah, that seems right. Remembering last time, actually. Oh, I think about it. I didn't need anything nearly this complicated. I was able to get into orbit with just that. So really all I need. I may as well use the experimental part while I've still got it. There we go. There we go. It's the ability to just take it apart again. So I have that, then that goes, and those two go together for some strange reason. That doesn't seem to make sense. Let's pull that out. If I want this to end up in the ocean, and I don't want to have a complicated program for it yet. All I really need to do is make sure it takes off up at an angle. Well, see you guys later then, if you're leaving. That's cool. So if I want to make it at an angle, I wonder, can I? Will it let me do this? Be interesting if it did. Can I tilt this piece? No, it does not let me tilt that piece. Okay. Alright, so I can't tilt that piece away. Alright. So what is this going to do? It is going to be very stupid and simple. All right. So wait 5 seconds. Model 1. Stage it. I'll take care of this piece of the contract down here. Then let's just stage again immediately as soon as I can. Let's make sure I wait at least one tick. And stage it. Now I'll be taking off. At which point I will want to aim just slightly offshore. So let's lock steering to a heading of 90, which is west, by let's say 80 maybe. Yeah, let's go 75. Or even just 70. Really. The point is I want to make sure it's offshore. And it might take a while to come back. The planet may rotate, so I want to make sure it's fully offshore. Alright, so I shoot it out over there. And then I suppose I don't have anything left to do until I am falling? Sure, until I'm falling. Wait until ship vertical speed less than zero. Alright, so then now that I'm falling, let's hit the next stage. That should get rid of this. And now I just wait and write it out and hit the chutes when I'm supposed to hit the chutes. So what would that be? I believe with these particular chutes, that is what does it say? Does it say 250? Let's call it 240 to be sure. Let's make sure I only do that down in the atmosphere. Should be a comma there. Wait until slow enough. Then out come the shoots. And then we just wait. I think. That last stage is to get the little separator at the top, which I need for the contract. I think that's the whole thing. I hope. Save that as sounding 2. Let's launch it and try. I just realized this ship has no fins. If I have no fins, yeah, there's no way this is gonna work. No. Technically, I'm not allowed to revert. I have to recover it. And pay the penalty for having put it out there and not used it. So I launch it with some control fins. Other than that, everything's good. So let's go put some control fins on. See how this goes. By the way, where's my music? I thought I told it I wanted some music ages ago. Come on. Ooh, that's not good. There we go. Surface speed is now called ground speed. Oh well. I forgot that myself. That also means I don't want this first stage to happen anymore because I just did it. There we go. There we go. And I have a thrust limiter on the solid booster, so it's not too bad. All right. All right. It's looking good. It's looking good. Come on. Come on. Move. All right. This looks like it'll definitely be getting me out over shore, out over past the shore. I mean, not so sure it'll actually get me out of the atmosphere though. The extra drag caused by those fins is actually quite a lot. Let's see what that's doing here. Oh yeah, definitely not enough. That is okay though, because I'll still be getting two of the contracts. I'll still be getting the two test contracts, which will pay for the flight at least. While I'm up here, I may as well grab some of this stuff. I already did that once apparently. So let's not do that again. Let's see how this wait until falling works. Will it recognize when I hit the top? I can warp this a little bit. Come on. It did recognize it. I'm now falling, waiting until low. Okay. Oh, I forgot to unlock steering. That's the other thing I was going to do once I got into here. Well, it'll still probably be okay. Okay. Let's just speed that up a bit. Everything looks good so far. I do really like the way the planet ocean looks when you get all nice, pretty mods in. It really does look nice. So slow to come down. You can do it. Come down. It didn't stage this. Oh, because I needed to wait. Right. To make the stage actually have happened. I would have needed to ensure another tick occurred. Am I out of contact? Oh, I'm out of contact. I can't control it. Oh. Yep. Oh. All right. Okay, well, at least I did get one contract, which is almost, but not quite enough to have actually paid for that flight. All right, so it needs to go a little higher. I had too much drag compared to the first time. And need to change that program a little bit. Although, I think I still don't have this part anymore now. Although actually, I'm going to put that on. Oh, this thing is still tilted funny. There we go. Still tilted funny. Okay, so change that out to get better. To get engine nice. To get some better stuff. And also I think this can go higher. Okay, so engine, decouple, parachute, thingy. Almost exactly the same script I had before, except I don't stage beforehand. Actually, you know what? Instead of unlocking it. Let's force it to turn around rear first, just to be sure. Okay. That sounds fine to me. And really, we don't need to hit the chutes as high as we did. Carry. That should work. Let's give it a shot. Come on. Scene change is kind of slow at times. What? What? Since when did I tell it to turn the parachute on? It thought it was falling that soon. Well, I suppose it looks kind of funny now. I suppose it could think it was falling right away at the launch pad. If it had just a slight wiggle to it, a slight fluctuation. Before it actually had taken off yet. Look at it try to fight. It's kind of funny, actually. Nice. We'll take some of these science points out of here. Well, I can recover everything but the engine. Okay, I absolutely hate this kind of music. I mean, it's fine until it starts doing the really slow stuff. I hate that stuff. Now, why did it take off and hit the chutes right away? That is the question. Why did it hit the chutes immediately? And incidentally, this doesn't need to be anywhere near that high. Why did this do what it did? Because this happened almost immediately. Fair enough. Let's just not even trigger that check until it's already well up into the air. That's a quick and dirty way to fix that. Okay, I could have used a slightly higher TWR. That's okay. I was a little over-paranoid about going super fast and overheating it. But now I'm going to waste a bit of fuel too long to get up to speed. It also wouldn't need to do as much drag fiddling with these fins if it wasn't having to fight against gravity making it fall over, which it only has to do because it's going so slow. Yeah, I should have had a higher TWR when I took off. Oh well, I think it'll still do okay. At least it's up to 350 when it hits 10K. That's okay. Ah. I love the way everything looks under the visualization mod. This is mostly from Scatterer. That is really pretty. I like that. I like that. There we go. This will get us up out of the atmosphere. I'm pretty sure of it. Maybe a little too much out of the atmosphere. This thing still has to try to survive re-entry. Whoops, a little too much out of the atmosphere. Maybe I didn't need all that extra fuel in that extra tank after all. Yep, this is definitely going to go too high. Yeah. Oh well, at least it qualifies. It definitely qualifies as out of the atmosphere. But I won't have any control over it soon. I'll be out of range. That means I better take these readings while I still can. Oh, looks like the song decided to get stupid again. All right. Little too much. Altitude, perhaps. How close am I to periapsis? Or apoapsis, I should say. Oh, pretty close. Just a wee bit further, and it should start to recognize that it is now falling. When it recognizes that, it should decouple that stage. And start trying to turn itself rear end first. Yep. Have enough. Oh. Yes, I did definitely leave the atmosphere. Do I have enough charge? So I don't really have a proper heat shield, but hopefully just having this on the bottom will be enough to protect the rest of it. Coming down a little more. Coming in hot. Don't like that. Slow down. So that'll take the brunt of it. Even if it. Whoa! No! Oh, unpleasant. Okay. Well, at least I got part of the contract. I got the part about getting up into space. I still don't have heat shields. It's kind of hard to come back down and live. Let's see, where are we now? Ooh, I like the red. That looks really cool. I don't know if that's correct or if it's a bug, but either way, it looks cool. Okay, what's still outstanding? I still have to actually test the separator while splashed it down because it blew up before it did that. But I got the other parts to work. It's not too bad. Let me take a look at the time here. I have been streaming for 2 hours. The original people that were watching me have left the stream, leaving me with supposedly only 3 viewers left. One of which I know was a bot. So I think I may be cutting it off for tonight here and continuing a different day. Can I get this yet? No, I can't get that yet. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I might be continuing this another day. I may have a couple more scripts I'll make for myself in the meantime to streamline it a little bit better. Some basic, simple ones, just to make sure I don't spend a lot of time staring at the screen going, why doesn't this work? Which is the opposite of entertainment. So I'm going to back out now and close off the stream. Thanks for showing up, everyone who showed up, and I am done.